Well, let's turn to the crisis in Greece now. Today, the cleanup began in Athens and other cities after yesterday's destructive violence by enraged protesters. But that task is nothing next to the massive job the country still faces, avoiding bankruptcy. The CBC's Susan Ormiston has the details.
Mopping up again as the costs of staying in the euro mount. 150 shops looted. Nearly 50 buildings torched, 100 people injured, mostly police. As last night's riots by a group of hooded demonstrators struck back at the Greek parliament for voting yes to another vice-like tightening of its budget. It's come to this. The situation is worse than ever for Greek businesses, he says, and now the vandalism, the burning, we have to rebuild and try to keep the staff on. Greece is nearly bankrupt. It's becoming hard not to see the effects. The new homeless, a term coined for those who can't afford rent and are evicted. Unemployment rising over 20%. Yet further austerity will mean another 150,000 jobs cut from the civil service. That is the price exacted by European lenders.
A disorderly default of Greece would be a much worse outcome with devastating consequences.
But with signs already of a social explosion, strikes, a shrinking economy as debt grows, there is quiet talk in Europe of a future without Greece in the euro.
The indications are that Greece is dispensable. And the indications are that so much has been done to try and convince the Greek government that it has to put the measures agreed to in place and implement them. And this hasn't been done repeatedly, and this can no longer go on.
Resentment is growing in Athens and in Berlin, with Chancellor Merkel continuing the pressure. There cannot be a change in this austerity program, she says. European leaders are losing patience, demanding written guarantees from Greece that it will stick by the austerity plan, even if an election swept in a new government. The next step is a European finance ministers meeting on Wednesday. This is not over. Susan Ormiston, CBC News, London.
Now, as Susan said, Greece's future in the EU still very much hangs in the balance. Here are some key deadlines to watch for. By Wednesday, Greek leaders must give that written guarantee that Susan mentioned. The same day, they need to spell out where 325 million euros of this year's cuts are coming from. Greece also needs private bondholders to take 70% less than owed, and those lower valued bonds need to be offered by the end of this week. The EU has to approve the austerity plan, and on February 27th, Germany's parliament will hold a key vote. March 20th is the ultimate deadline. Greece has to pay out 14.5 billion euros that day, and right now, it doesn't have it. One other European economic note, ratings agency Moody's issued a warning today. It's changed its outlook on the AAA rating of 3 countries to negative: the UK, France, and Austria. And the agency has actually cut its rating for 6 other economies, those of Italy, Spain, Portugal, Slovakia, Slovenia, and Malta.